Hey, what's up, y'all? It's been a little bit, honestly, sometimes, and I know you YouTubers can relate to this sometimes, but it can be really, really, really hard when I'm working a lot and training a lot to get in front of the camera and talk. Despite, I don't know how to describe it, it takes a lot of mental energy. But yeah, so it's been a minute since I've gotten on camera, but things are going, or in terms of talking, things are going very, very, very well. I am on track to do some really amazing things. I wanted to talk a little bit about my training because it's drastically changed. So day structure I've gone over before. I wake up at about 4:30 in the morning. I get ready. I get to the gym around 5:30. We train from 5:30 until about 7:30, and then I go home and I do some comments on YouTube and I do some editing and I do a little bit of work stuff, and then I head into work around 10 or 11. I try to take a little nap if I can, but lately I haven't really been able to, but I still feel good. I just have to make sure that I stick to a bedtime. But yeah, I'll get off work between, if I'm really lucky, 7 p.m. Normally more around like 8:30 or 9, sometimes 10 if it's bad. But then I get home and I do a little bit more YouTube commenting, and then I try to go to bed. But with my training regimen, I have to stick to a hard bedtime or things go very, very bad. Just like before workouts, when it's that early, I have to make sure to get literally like 100 grams of carbs. When my coach said that, I was like, dude, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do that. I don't eat breakfast, it's gonna make me sick. But once I had a couple of workouts with him, I realized, yes, I need those carbs because I burn through them. I'm getting slowly more aesthetic as a byproduct of not working out for 20 minutes every workout and actually doing longer workouts. The things that he has me doing at first were very, very, very confusing because they're so different from what I used to do. In my brain, I was like, "Oh yeah, this guy's elite. He must be doing like heavy singles all the time, heavy doubles, heavy triples." Nope. So to put it into perspective, I hit 620 low bar on my third low bar squat workout or fourth low bar squat workout, maybe like less than a week ago. So we've been training for about 4 weeks. We hit 495 like once 3 weeks ago, and then we went down to 300 pounds for the working set. Then we did 505 maybe like a week later for a couple of singles, and then went down to 300 pounds for working sets. And then, without hitting more than 2 or 3 heavy singles in 4 weeks, jump into 620, and it feels great. Working sets have been around 300 pounds. It's very, very, very interesting how he's able to get these effects out of me. But I think one of the key things that he's gotten ingrained into my head is that now it's not perfect, but I try to treat every rep that I do as like a practice rep. From bracing, all the technical stuff, I try to like cue everything. And it takes a lot of energy to do that, even especially with bench. So to get my brace correct that's here and start my leg drive as I unrack and keep leg drive going through the movement and not lurch it as I'm pressing, like all that takes a lot of energy. So one thing that he put it into perspective is that, so I've done a couple of videos where you can see I've got like 10-pound dumbbells, 15-pound dumbbells. He said that what you can do is that you should be able to take any weight, no matter the weight, and focus through form and whatever you're doing and make it effective and feel the burn. And then I've been utilizing that. So just saying like I should be able to feel this movement extremely in the area that I'm targeting, even if I have 5-pound dumbbells. So focus on form, squeezing, tightness, firm, firm, slow reps, controlled, and then it clicked. I was like, wow, I can really feel that getting under like machine flies and doing them extremely slow and touching the chest and extending out and letting those muscles stretch out. I've been doing it with like 40 pounds lately, and it's made my bench is getting better. Bench is a little slower than everything else, but it's getting better. Like the acclimation to doing the wider grip bench took a huge toll on my wrist, and I was really, really nervous. But all that wrist tendonitis is gone now. And last time we pushed board presses, which was a lot of pressure, and I feel really good. I think it was a combination of getting used to, like with the low bar stance is really weird. Like it took me a while. I actually have a shelf now to put the weight on, but getting that low bar position, like I wanna, with high bar, I wanna put a lot of the weights, I tuck in so much, a lot of the weight is on my wrists and arms, and it's stabilizing me. With low bar, I have more of a surface area for the bar to sit on, so as long as I create the shelf and tip forward, all my hands are doing now is keeping the bar balanced. At first, I wanted to tuck my thumbs under and let that weight really press down on my wrists in low bar position, and I think that injured me a little bit, but only temporarily because I'm fine now. But yeah, so the fatigue levels, that's another thing. Sorry, I'm kind of rambling, but I'm trying to do like a good train of thought here that's not like scripted. Fatigue management is a huge one. Not going into the gym, my days are so long and my fatigue feels better. I'm putting in so much work. Fatigue is completely different. Not going into the gym and murdering myself with heavy singles and wearing wraps 4 times a week and squatting heavy and benching heavy and deadlifting heavy all in 1 week. I had no idea what I was doing to my CNS. I had no idea what I was doing to my joints. Like my nagging elbow tendonitis that I thought one day might require surgery is gone. No hyperbole. I started having some pretty intense tendonitis along the bottom below my kneecap that was really, really scaring me. It's gone now. Discipline, hitting accessories, like doing these movement, like just treating every movement like it's extremely important and piecing it together into the form of my other of my main compound lifts is a big one. Like I said, like very little heavy singles, lots of like 50 to 55% max working sets, purely pushing form, lots of lighter accessory work that's lighter weight, higher reps, all concentrating on form, push-ups at the end of a bench workout, doing push-up AMRAPs. My coach swears by that. Don't sleep on them push-ups. Hit your push-ups, doing an AMRAP after all your accessories and your bench, just to kind of push those muscles a little bit more. That's a good one. This is also helping me aesthetically, but I know this is a little bit rambly, but I just wanted to give you all a little idea of where I'm at. Coming up, we're gonna go for around 635, 645 squat in the next 2 or 3 weeks. 545 sumo. You could see that I had a sticking point, but that was a 40-pound PR that we just did out of nowhere. We're gonna play around with whether or not I'm gonna go sumo or just traditional, conventional, but yeah, we're kind of playing around with that. Sumo felt a lot more comfortable now that I've been working on my hamstrings and stuff, but yeah, things are going really, really well. One thing I wanted to talk about real quick, of course, we got a plane coming, whatever. Jesus. I have an opportunity, so I'm gonna give you a caveat. So it looks like the international record in wraps and submasters tested lifters, and my weight range of 220, that the international, basically the world record, is 705. One of the reasons behind that is because the biggest organization, whatever, I think it's the USAPL, does not allow reps. So there is not a huge amount of people in this pool. But I think I have a shot at 705 in reps, maybe by the end of next year. I have until I'm 39 to do it, so I have 3 years. This record was set by a Russian guy in 2009. And like I said, there's not a big pool of people, but I want to be a world record holder. I don't know about you. I'd be proud. And I'm 80 pounds away. So I know I've got some form stuff to work on. We always got to sink depth a little bit more, but basically the philosophy is like once we get that weight moving well, then we'll start hitting the depth a little bit more. But things are going really well. I'm within 80 pounds. I know there's the hardest 80 pounds ever, but in the next 3 weeks, I'm going to shorten that distance. If I can hit 635, 645, that shortens the distance to the record to about 60 pounds. So this is a big one. This is a big one. I really want this. I've been a tested lifter. I've been a natural lifter. The current organization that I lift in right now is very much untested, but I can take a test anytime, anytime. Nobody has a need to drug test me right now because I'm just a nobody, but I'm working my way up in powerlifting, and we're gonna get there. And I know, look, man, I know that just because I go to a meet and pass a urine or a blood test and am natural for the meet, that people are probably just going to say that I went off cycle, but I've been natural my whole life, and I'm going to keep it that way. I'm scared of that stuff, man. I used to be a drug addict, and it almost killed me. I am terrified of injecting anything into my body. Yeah. But things are going really good. We're gonna get some more records. Big weight coming. We're gonna keep working on bench. 405 bench is gonna come. 600-pound deadlift is gonna come. 700-pound squat is gonna come. But yeah, I just wanted to give y'all a little insight on where I'm at. I'm gonna try to do more of these, maybe once a week. But y'all stay tuned. Sub if you haven't. Hit that like button. I appreciate it. And y'all stay tuned. Bye.